Hello, welcome to the October 2014 Kula Yoga Shala teacher feature. This month we are sitting down with Eleni Mary, who is kind enough to sit in front of a camera for 10 minutes, undergo this required initiation of all Kula teachers. So thank you, Eleni.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Eleni is teaching the high school drop-in class, better than dropping out, right?
Oh yeah.
Thursdays
At
3:30 in Studio B.
Yeah.
Sweet. And I want to actually, let's start there. Could you start a little bit with just describing what that class is all about?
Yeah, I haven't started teaching it yet.
So we're starting in what?
This Thursday.
Day after, or tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Sweet. Which may be today by the time people watch this.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be like a slow flow vinyasa style class. Building a little heat, but really focusing on moving with your breath and moving with full awareness and presence. And also like a playful atmosphere where people can kind of let loose. So a lot of people tend to hide their, childish ways, and so we do a lot of wacky dance moves as well.
Cool.
And make a lot of weird noises, and yeah.
Nice. So what drew you to want to work with teenagers?
Well, that wasn't really my first idea to work with teenagers. After the teacher training, when I had to do my Save a Teach, I had a couple different options lined up to work at like a rehab facility, and things didn't really work out. So I talked to John Polly, and he got me a space at the Juvenile Detention Center. And I was just super inspired by the girls there. And they were really just, a lot of people, when I tell them that, they're like, oh, how was that? Is that scary? Blah, blah, blah. But they're really just, just like us. They're very creative. They're very open. They love to they love to meditate.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because you would think maybe those are the elements that are left out of the practices, that are not in studios. But oftentimes when I talk to teachers, I'm thinking of like Chrissy teaching the kids classes, and like those are their favorite things, because it's like they don't have all the...
Yeah, when I try to get them to move, they're not really into it, but when we sit in a circle and hold hands and om together, they're right there with me. It's pretty incredible.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. So I kind of got ahead of myself a little bit, because I wanted to give people a little bit of a sense of just you personally, because people go on the website and they look at a picture, maybe read a bio, and you're a newer teacher too, so a lot of people don't know you yet. So I thought this might be a good opportunity to give them a sense of what you're all about in terms of like your life and your path that brought you to this moment.
Yeah, I started practicing yoga about 2 years ago. I was 19.
You're a youngin'.
Yeah, so I'm 21 now. 19, I decided to make a transition to a vegan, plant-based lifestyle. So I went from like the normal 19-year-old, like partying every night and getting all crazy. And I took a trip to Hippocrates Health Institute in West Palm Beach. And I was there for a seminar to talk about raw foods, and a guy went up and he started speaking about his experience with yoga and meditation. And I was feeling really inspired. I went home and I sat down and I tried to meditate, and I got really frustrated with myself, and I quit after 5 minutes.
I know that feeling.
So my practice for like several months was mainly physical, watching videos on my iPhone in my room, and several people kept asking me, have you ever been to Kula? Like 6 different people, and finally I was like, all right, what's this Kula place all about? So my first time coming here was the Grand Expansion Party.
Cool.
And it was in Studio B when we stuffed like 100 people
I
there.
remember, yeah.
And
crazy.
we all owned together. And that was like the first time it really hit me. Like I got chills that stood up off my arm, and I just felt a sense of connection that I've never felt before.
That was so beautiful. I remember that and when so many people, and then we just all end it at the exact same moment. It was unbelievable
like,
without
so
speaking.
This is what happens here.
That was a magical night.
Yeah. So,
they all are.
After that night, I just kept coming back almost every single day, taking Holly's class, your class, Mary's, all the different teachers here, all the different styles. And yoga's just, it's given me this sense of like mental clarity and just on how to balance the obstacles in life, and it's really just changed my life. And I heard about the yoga teacher training. I was going into it mainly to deepen my practice and thinking, okay, maybe I'll teach after, but not really like 100% sure. And it wasn't until the Juvenile Detention Center when I really was like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
So how's it going so far in
Awesome.
this
Another
transition?
thing to add on to that, actually.
Yeah.
The Yoga Gangsters training was actually, it was a weekend training, and that really, I really learned, we did this exercise called Diversity Circle, and the teacher stood with like pages of just kind of just like obstacles, past traumas. Like she would name off if anyone in this circle knows anyone who has been physically abused, or just like many different things, and she would ask us to step in the circle if we've experienced that. And she said, notice who is with you and notice who is not. And like then you really see it's not just kids in detention centers and foster homes. Every single person has endured like traumas.
Yeah.
And yoga gives us those tools to really, work on those and get past them and
it's healing.
get away with it.
Yeah. So beautiful. And so what are your plans now as you really step into this path of teaching?
Just to keep sharing and connecting, and I would love to just, travel and go to many different retreats and teach slacklining and yoga and meditation, art therapy.
Nice.
So much.
Yeah, there's so much
Yeah.
there for you. It's amazing. It's just the beginning. Yeah, go on Eleni's Facebook page and look at her slacklining. It's crazy. Crazy hula hoop, slackline, jumping. It's just unbelievable. You're like a modern day Renaissance woman. It's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Yeah, namaste.